Alright, we're going to change these radical expressions to an expression that's in exponential form. So we start by taking whatever's in the radical, which is called the radicand, which in this case would be 2p. Put that in parentheses, because we need to keep it in a group. So the parentheses there are very important. Then you take the exponent that you have now, it's going to be the numerator for your new exponent, and the index will be the denominator underneath it. And that's your answer. Now for this next example, we still take the radicand x, but we don't need to put it in parentheses because it's by itself, so it doesn't need to be grouped with anything. Now it doesn't look like it has an exponent, so we assume that that exponent is 1, and the missing index that looks like it's missing is an assumed 2. So that would be x to the 1/2. Then down here, again, we take the radicand, which in this case is 5x squared. Put it in parentheses. 5 is the numerator in our exponent, and 3 is the denominator. Now our last example is a fraction. Now in order to make it not a fraction, we're going to make our numerator a negative. So we take 2x, put it in parentheses just like before. Let's go ahead and put our negative. Now let's do our fraction. The numerator is 4. Remember there's nothing here, so we assume it's a 2. And that can reduce to 2x to the negative 2. The 4 over 2 can be reduced. Alright, now let's go the other way. Now we're in exponential form. Let's go back to radical. Whatever's in parentheses, or whatever the base is by itself, becomes your new radicand. Goes in the radical. This right here, remember, is your index, so we put it there. We need to put parentheses and put our exponent out here. Okay, over here, 2x to the 1/2. 2x goes in the radical. The index is 2. Remember, 2 is assumed, so we're not actually going to write it. And the exponent is 1, which is also assumed, so we don't write that. So we just leave it radical 2x. Then with this next example down here, 4x squared, the whole thing is going to be in the radical. That's your radicand. The 3 comes down here. Put this in the parentheses so you can put your exponent of 5. Now this last example, because we have a negative exponent, we need a fraction, so we're going to put 1 over. Now we do the same as before. 6y goes in the radical, so that's your radicand. Exponent of 1 is assumed, and we need the index of 4. And that's all you do for that one.